Megan, you stopped by CFWE recently promoting your debut single, Bow Chicka Wow Wow. You got your debut CD coming out tomorrow. What's life been like for you?
It's been pretty crazy, but good crazy. It's just, I really, the single kind of exceeded what I thought it would do, and I've been getting a lot of great feedback about it. So it's just been really fun, kind of seeing it all kind of blow up.
Your new album, of course, called Grace and Grit. Give us a glimpse behind the scenes on that album, the work that went into it. And, of course, beginning tomorrow, what fans can expect to hear on it.
As a lot of people know now, Chad Kruger co-wrote Bow Chicka Wow Wow with me and also produced it. And I also had the pleasure of having him produce a few of the other songs on the record as well. Which is great because I think, my influences kind of span from a lot of Southern rock and roll kind of stuff to more traditional country and bluegrass. And I think you'll get a little bit of taste of all of that on the record, and you'll really hear a little bit more of that rock edge in some of the stuff that Chad did. And then on the other end of the spectrum, I was able to work with Vince Gill and Justin Niebank on a few songs. And even more than that, had the pleasure of having Vince play and sing on a couple of the songs. So I think you'll hear a bit more of some bluegrass influence and some traditional country. And I think it's just kind of a really great representation of who I am as an artist. And you'll be able to see some more sort of layers of me other than just the current single.
You were just mentioning working with some, country music's greatest producers. What did you learn from those guys that'll, stick with you?
I would say when it comes to Chad, I think the biggest thing I learned from him was a little bit more sort of on the songwriting side of things. And that's just, attention to detail, because I think that's the difference between writing great songs and writing hit songs, is making sure that you love every word and every line. And, when you listen to it, do you think, oh, I could have beat that? And if you do, then you go back and you fix it. And we kind of really went through not just the song that we wrote together, but all the songs that we recorded together kind of with a fine-tooth comb and made sure that they were the best that they could be. And I'll definitely go forward with that approach from here on out for sure. And so I learned a lot in that sense from Chad. And, from Vince and Justin, I mean, Vince, he's so talented. I mean, if there's anyone in the world that would have the right to be a little full of himself, it's him, but he's not. He is very, very humble and kind and down to earth, and I think that's something that I'm going to kind of carry with me as I proceed on this journey, to remember that that's the kind of person and artist that I'd like to be, 20 years down the road.
Meghan Patrick on the show this afternoon. Megan, the new album, Grace and Grit, released tomorrow. What has the anticipation been like for you in the last week or so?
Luckily I've been so busy, I haven't had a lot of time to sit around and kind of think about it too much. I mean, I'm definitely really excited. I've had a few moments of like crippling self-doubt, like, oh my God, what if people don't like it? But for the most part, I'm really proud of it, and it's been a long time in the works. So I'm just excited to have it be out there and for everyone to get a kind of a taste of the whole picture, as opposed to just the one single I've had out. So yeah, I'm just excited to hear what people think, and so far, I've had, there was the CMT had it streaming for a little while this week, so I have had some messages and comments from people on social media about some of the songs they like, and, that's always the best part of this job, is when someone tells you that they really can relate to one of your songs, or that it really hit home for them. So I'm looking forward to some more feedback like that.
Checking out your website, May 27th, you're over in St. Albert's at Rainmaker Rodeo. What else do you have happening this summer?
Well, I'm going to be, I'll be back home around here. I've got CMT Music Fest coming up with Zach Brown Band and Eric Church, which I'm very excited about. I'm a big fan of both those artists. And I've got Ottawa Blues Fest coming up, and then I'll be back out your way. I'll be at the Stampede in Calgary. So I have the pleasure of opening up for Lady Antebellum at the Saddle Dome. So that's going to be, I think that might be kind of the highlight of the summer for me. That's going to be a really big one. And then I've got sort of one of my home festivals, Boots and Hearts, coming up later in August. So yeah, it's going to be a great summer.
The new album, just a few hours to go, called Grace and Grit. Meghan Patrick, thanks so much for doing this.
No problem. Thanks for having me.